It also helps to downsize the engine. Welcome to Pistonized. So today I'm here with an informative video. So in my last video of Renault Kaiga, I told that Renault Kaiga is having two engine options, a 1-liter turbo petrol engine and a 1-liter naturally aspirated engine. The 1-liter naturally aspirated engine produced around 71 bhp and 96 Nm of torque, whereas the turbo petrol engine produced 98 bhp and 160 Nm of torque. So there is a huge difference in the power and torque when we compare both these engines. Many of you are having doubt that what is the difference between a naturally aspirated engine and a turbocharged engine. So in this video, I will explain you a naturally aspirated engine, a turbocharged engine and a supercharged engine. First of all, you should understand that natural aspiration, turbocharging and supercharging are the various methods of air intake in automobiles. So we will start with natural aspiration. It's very simple. From this word itself you can understand what is that. Yeah, the engine is able to breathe itself. The engine can intake air directly from the atmosphere and it depends completely upon the atmospheric pressure, and it's not a forced induction. So there are many advantages and disadvantages for the natural aspiration. Some of the advantages are it's very easy to maintain, very reliable and instant throttle response. The main disadvantage of a naturally aspirated engine is that when the altitude is increasing, the engine won't be able to breathe properly because the atmospheric pressure reduces with altitude, and this affects the engine in an adverse way and the engine performance reduces. Ferrari 812 Superfast, Lamborghini Aventador, Audi R8 are some of the performance cars with naturally aspirated engine. Hope you understood what is natural aspiration, and now we will talk about turbocharging and supercharging. Both of these methods are forced injection methods of air intake. In both these methods, air is compressed with the help of a compressor. The air is compressed to give more air inside the engine cylinder. When the air inside the engine cylinder increases, the engine can produce more power and torque. The engine can perform better because it helps for the effective combustion of the fuel. Now let's see how a turbocharger works. A turbocharger have two sections, a turbine section and compressor section. This turbine and compressor are connected in same shaft, so when the turbine rotates, compressor also rotates. The turbocharger uses exhaust gas to run the turbine. The exhaust gas coming out from the engine passes through the exhaust manifold and it is guided to the turbine by the turbine housing. The exhaust gas rotates the turbine and passes out through exhaust outlet. Now the compressor rotates along with the turbine and it compresses the atmospheric air and pushes into the engine, allowing the engine to burn more fuel to produce more power. Nowadays, turbochargers are common in automobiles. Some advantages of turbochargers are it helps small engine to produce more power and torque. It increases the fuel efficiency of the automobile, and it also helps to downsize the engine. And the main disadvantage of a turbocharger is turbo lag. It is nothing but there won't be a quick response from the engine when we floor the throttle immediately. At lower RPMs, there won't be sufficient amount of exhaust gas to run the compressor, and when we floor the throttle immediately, the amount of exhaust gas increases. But there will be a small interval of time before turbo kicks in, and this is known as turbo lag. There are various types of turbochargers. Some of them are single turbo, twin scroll turbo, variable geometric turbo, and variable twin scroll turbo. So hope you understood what is a turbocharger and how it works. So now let's talk about supercharger. Like turbocharger, supercharger is also used to compress the intake air in automobiles. But unlike the turbocharger, supercharger doesn't use exhaust gas to run the compressor. The compressor of the supercharger draws the power directly from the crankshaft of the engine. The power is transmitted by a belt, chain or gear. The superchargers can spin at high speeds like 50,000 to 65,000 RPM. Supercharger also has some advantages and disadvantages. Some advantages of superchargers are high power output, complete mixing of fuel and air, and better atomization of fuel. The main disadvantage of a supercharger is that it's less efficient because it uses the engine power for its working. and there are mainly three types of superchargers. They are Roots, twin screw and centrifugal supercharger. Jaguar F-Type, Jaguar F-Pace, Mustang Shelby GT500, Dodge Challenger Hellcat are some of the cars with supercharger. Hope you understood what is natural aspiration, turbocharger and a supercharger. If you have any doubts, please comment below and please subscribe the channel if you think it was informative. So see you in the next video. Goodbye.